What is going on, everybody out there in radio and social media world? You're listening to Duke and the Gang, and you guys have heard me all week talking about this guy uh, by the name of Henderson, the Faith Clothing brand. Antonio Henderson, what's going on, man?
Well, first of all, we're not going to call me Antonio because my mom named me Antoine.
Antoine,
But you're used to calling me Haynes, so I'm going to let that.
You want to know what? It's funny because I heard you tell somebody your name was Tony. I heard you say Tonio. Yo, is this Twan? You said Twan.
Twan, yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe his name's Tony instead of Antonio.
Just call me Antonio. It's okay though.
I usually call you Hen.
You call me Hen. That's why I said we're gonna let it slide.
But here's what's funny though. I'm not even embarrassed. This is really what's funny. I remember. So Twan is for Aunt. See, this is how you know I hung out with too many white people. It's like Twan is one of the blackest names you can have.
Exactly.
And it's Antoine. It was like Antonio.
Right.
And I like you said, first of all.
funny enough, Antoine is French, by the way.
See? So I'm not even as racist as I thought I was.
Right. Oui.
But I still think that was awesome.
Named after my mother, Maria Antoinette.
Antoinette?
Yeah, that was her middle name.
My mom's name is Brenda. My brother's name was Bryn. So you got Bryn and Brenda. My dad's name is Duke. I'm Junior. But my sister, however, had the most unique name of all, which is Dukesha.
Gotcha. See, I think he's about to be like, yo, my sister's middle name was Antoinette, but he just went into a whole nother tangent.
Oh, no, I'm just saying how people like to play on names. You got a junior?
I don't have a junior. I almost did, but she got mad at me. She said, I'm not calling you. Right.
When I'm done with you, I need to be done with you.
Yeah.
We can't have a name keep calling it now.
Exactly.
I got you, man. I got you. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for being on the show with us today. It has been already a blast. This is kind of what we do. I'm so weak that the whole time it's Twan. Like every black person right now is like, Duke is not black.
Right. Not all the way there.
But guys, listen, it's not true. I love my peoples. Don't write me off. Don't write me off, folks. We're gonna have a great show. He's chilling with us because I told him, like, look, man, I really love what you're doing. I love promoting your organization. I love promoting your brand. You're doing, and I also tell everybody how you're the main reason why we're in Lynn Haven Mall. Because I told you straight up, I didn't want to step on your territory. It was just really respect. And you were like, nah, it's all love, man. We need, and you have been a complete blessing, man. So thank you so much for seeing that. We do got some uncomfortable things to talk about, though.
Ooh, love it.
Which is the folks that kind of come up and get offended by the word hustle and the concept of faith. I was wondering if you could just go ahead and give us this breakdown so we can deal with this once and for all.
All right, so we can like go the like scientific way, and I can like read it off. But no, we're just gonna go straight off the top with it.
Okay.
All right. Hustle. It's literally working hard. That's it. Literally working hard. Hustle. Just like what I like to use is, when you're on, I come from the sports realm, right? In sports, coaches say, hey, hustle up. That's it. Hustle. You got to work hard. You don't want to get out hustled by the other team. It's not just pulling watches out of the jacket or shooting dice or selling illegal paraphernalia. It's literally just a work ethic, hustle.
I'm weak because the amount of problems that you had when believers come up, you're like, oh, I thought it was something else.
I don't know about the hustle. Yeah. I'm like, well, this brand is might not be for you then.
No, how about this? This is what's so funny. It's like, oh, would you rather your children listen to you on a mediocre level?
Right.
Would you rather your children listen to you immediately? Would you rather you want your children to study, half speed?
Right.
Let's just
whatever happened to just
move at your own pace when I tell you to come here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, hustle up. Anybody in your life that would tell you to hustle up? That's
so
it.
sad,
So,
man.
yeah, I literally thought it was sad. You know what? And when I first came out with, the brand, I didn't think that it would be that much of a, something that you had to think about. I thought it was kind of a no-brainer until I
Oh,
realized. I said, "Oh God, you're making me work for this for real.
yeah,
I
yeah.
really have to
Hustle.
hustle and just teach them what hustle is."
Right, right. The other, why? So it shouldn't be this hard.
It shouldn't be this hard at all, but it's okay. It just
No,
it
it's
keeps
all
me sharp. Keeps me
yeah,
sharp.
yeah. So listen, guys. Tell me the rules real quick about how to pre-order, how to connect with you. How, like what can you can you and cannot do? Like you got right now you got the blue F with the red AITA. Like you
Oh, I
crushing it.
do.
Everybody,
I
you
didn't
got to.
realize.
If you want to see inside the studio, make sure you go to Coming Soon Jesus T-shirts or Current FM website, Facebook page. Actually, it's on the website too. You got to kill. He's killing it. Got the fake hat.
Actually, we're trying to keep the people alive, though. All right. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah,
Trying to keep everybody alive.
it's like, yeah, saying killing it is not.
I get what you mean. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but we know there's now.
It's
It's a whole lot of white people listening too.
right.
But here's my thing. You have every accessory. You have book bags. You have all of that stuff. And like he said, it is a sports brand. So for the sports fans, this is the man. All right, this is the man. You got a sports brand like that represents what everybody really believes in, which is the hustle, which is moving hard. Moving. Matter of fact, I saw some footage of a whole football team wearing the Faith brand. Like you're really huge in the community right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Why is that such a big deal for you to be in the community?
Well, I pretty much have created a community myself, having 6 sons, and they, they're all athletes. So, me being a former athlete myself, they're continuing the legacy, and which automatically puts me in a position where I'm kind of fathering or mentoring and leading others as well.
Yeah.
Just from the additions of them. So that's why it's so important, man. Just giving back to the. I come from the Bayside community of Virginia Beach, and my kids have not just played school ball. They've also played the rec and the AYF, which is American Youth Football. I got a son that's on his way back from Charlotte right now. So, it travels abroad and stuff, man. And we have to, make sure we teach those same principles. And it's easier to teach them that through the sports.
Yeah.
Me, I grew up, going to church there Wednesdays, Fridays, twice on Sundays. My grandma was a minister and all that. But, I was also the kid that was like kind of falling asleep, and, it was boring to me, So I feel like, I don't feel like I know the Most High has given me the purpose and called me out to, to continue the ministry, but in a way that that's effective in 2022. Not saying that any other avenue is not effective. We all have our different roles and positions to play in the ministry, and just the sports realm was given to me to be able to teach.
That's a huge word, bro. I mean, effective is such a huge word because you can do ministry off principle and still not be effective.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a whole bunch of people God said preached in His name and did stuff for Him, but He's like, I never knew you. Right. So you can get the job done and not be effective.
Absolutely.
You go through the motions. You said you have 6 kids.
Absolutely, yes.
So 6 kids. But yet you hear people say things like, the black
not just
fathers,
kids,
sons, right?
Yeah, all boys.
Right.
Well, one's grown. He's officially 18 now, but still technically.
Right. So you get these sons. We know we don't grow up doing like 30.
Right. Absolutely.
But the reality is you hear these comments about the black father not being in the black home and everything like that. You think there's some validity to that, or is it like, hey, like it's one of those things where it's like we're seeing that because that's what we're focusing on, but we're not realizing how many fathers are actually coming through, doing right, operating in faith, being there for their kids, or do you think like are we being scammed by the media in a way to make ourselves believe that the fathers aren't in the home?
Yeah, I think. I mean, at one time, when you looked at well, my testimony, when I did look left and right, I did know a lot of kids that came from a single parent household. I didn't know too many. Uh, I didn't have too many friends that had both parents in the home, or I knew a lot of kids that were disconnected from their fathers growing up. But I can say nowadays that I'm seeing that narrative change tremendously, and especially just being a part of the community through sports and stuff. You know how many black fathers that I see out there really connected with their children and coaching, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I remember a couple of years ago I was just looking around and I was like, wow, this is God. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to look around and see all these black children and all these black men out there mentoring, and even though it's in a sports form, it's still you're still teaching them teamwork and discipline and leadership, and hey, if you drop the ball, you got to pick it up for for your brother, and a lot of the things that we may have lacked and other situations. I'm seeing that through the sports,
Yeah,
and especially through the community that I'm part of. Hey, it's a lot of black fathers that's involved. So
yeah. One I think that this generation is actually not afraid to tackle stereotypes.
no pun intended. Gotcha.
That was so good. First of all, he's an amazing lyricist, everybody. So we're catching everything. But I want everybody to get something real quick because we are going to talk about this a little bit. It's important. Now, this is one of the reasons why I want everybody to pay attention while I play that. Because when we talk about how we see each other as black people, see each other as men, see each other as Americans, we have to remember somebody has sold us a narrative on how to see each other. And the reason why I asked you that question about fathers is because I knew that you were in an intimate setting where you're seeing a bunch of kids. You had to see those fathers out there, like rooting their kids on. That's a pretty big deal. You're rooting kids on. They're looking to the they're looking to the stands to see their fathers there, and you're seeing that. But yet you hear these stories about black men not being there, and that's very frustrating. Then you also see, I hear this a lot of times, uh, especially from entrepreneurs, right? It's just too hard, throw in the towel, you give up. Just like you said, you said if you drop the ball, you got to pick it back up, right?
Yeah.
So even though so many young people listen to the show, how do you feel when it's time to give? When you feel like giving up? When you feel like giving up, how do you overcome that? Because a lot of kids are in that same situation right now where they feel like giving up. And I know this brand has to be haunting to you because you are a human too.
Right.
And so,
I mean, how can I answer this? So, when you're so deep into a brand like this, it's like giving up is not an option.
right,
Failure is not an option. You go into it knowing that there's going to be moments of darkness. There's going to be moments of feeling like it's over. You know what I'm saying? But when you're operating in faith till it's mental extent, it's like, you know what? Bring it. Come on. Like you kind of start inviting those moments of giving up or wanting to give up, feeling that pressure and, oh, okay, this is one of those moments where I gotta submit and go harder.
Yeah.
It's all a learning experience.
And it's interesting because what ends up happening to both of us in those moments where we're like, you know what, I don't even know, let me put my hands up and be present, but just say whatever. That's when the Father does something amazing.
Absolutely.
And said, next thing you know, everything you needed was done in one day. And it's like, oh, I don't have control over this. And and I think, when I look at, I know first of all, it's not like it's easy, but I know when you're a young person and you're playing sports and everything, losing is very hard, and you can want to give up. Things not getting called into play enough, you might want to get. There's all these. Notice there's millions of reasons to give up all the time.
For sure.
But like you said, when you're so deep into it, and this is how I realize this is how God knows who really believes in Him. Because they're so into Him, they can't give up.
Right. And what character can you really build by just winning all the time? Because if you're winning all the time and everything is just being given to you without a hassle, it's just like, what about that moment when you do lose?
Oh.
What are you going to do when you do lose? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'd rather take those L's now to build up that character, to know.
I know nobody wants to hear that. Guys, listen, take it.
Take the L's now. You know what I'm saying? Because when those wins do start coming, you gotta also remember that you can be taken back down again. That's it.
Right.
And that doesn't always have to be a negative thing. It's just like, hey, somebody else might have to come in and win real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to let the radio play some music. To the social media audience, you will be hanging in here with us, checking out the behind the scenes. So we'll be right back. This next song is Safe by Neon Feather. So my next question to you is, honestly, I want to talk about a powerful word, and I would love to know your perspective of it. People have their own ideas about it. What up, everybody? So just how y'all doing? Just Duke the Gang, current FM, how to say all that stuff. But I wanted to ask you this question. Still here with Antoine Henderson. If y'all missed the first segment, I called him Antonio because I thought Twan meant Tony. So this whole time I knew I could say Twan, but even if I said Twan, I still would have been thinking Tony.
Right.
So I love that. I absolutely love how not hip I am, how old, like disconnected I am in my little la la land. But I do want to ask you, ready for it? The word support. Support. What does it actually mean?
Support means, why did you get with that one?
I want you to preach.
Wow. I mean, support is just, you could go different ways with that. There's that financial support, or there's that mental, spiritual support. It's just actually being in tune with somebody else's purpose. Everybody has a purpose that they have to live and stand by. And just being there to respect and help.
Okay.
Help.
Y'all hear that, everybody?
Help. Forget everything else I just said. Support is just help. And that doesn't necessarily, that's what I was trying to say. It doesn't necessarily mean financial, even though financial does help
Right.
a lot, especially what we do. But, even if it's just that spiritual word, that mental stability that you can give somebody, just that pat on the back, or
Oh
that
yeah,
I see you. You know, hey, I see you. You're doing good. That's that's what support is. You know, just really caring about somebody else's purpose.
I think it's in the entrepreneurial world. It's so hard for people to do it because it's so competitive,
Right.
I think people think, and also at the same time, um, I think that the black community, especially, we haven't really learned how to build each other up. So you hear people say it all the time, keep hope alive and this and that, but as far as supporting each other, first of all, support is not come to the daggone, you know, spot and ask for free stuff.
Right, right. No,
That's
not at all.
like you said, help.
Help,
You,
help,
you
help in
you know,
any way, shape, or form. And it goes in there's many different forms that you can help.
yeah. Now, since one of the things that I know a lot of people is like the faith dude is on the radio right now, so it would be wrong of me not to ask you about you know the dangers of fear. What are some dangers of fear?
I mean, the dangers of fear will uh, prevent you from fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah,
You know, the dangers of fear. Um, I mean, come on, fear is the opposite of faith. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so it's like um, you got to remember what there's another term that's in the same family as fear, and that's anxiety. So it's like anxiety will have you it'll have you fearing stuff that is not even there yet. Same way you have to have faith in things that you can't necessarily see or touch, or you know, fear will have you doing that too. You know,
yeah.
but don't get me wrong, fear can be a good thing too in certain situations.
Mm.
Like, you know, the fear will protect you from, um, you know, getting eaten by an alligator at a golf course. You know, you're supposed to fear that, right? You're not
Right.
just gonna be brave and just walk up to an alligator and be like, "Oh, you know, I have dominion over this alligator, and I'm just gonna golf here." You know what I'm saying? Now, anxiety will keep you from even
Running.
going to. No, anxiety will keep you from going to that golf course.
Yeah, because
It's like
you heard there's
there's
alligators there.
alligators there, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to that golf
Oh
course. There's
wow.
alligators there, but you go there and then you see this alligator and you're like, oh shoot, and it's your fear that actually makes you turn around and back up and keep your eye on this alligator and be like, yo, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
So, but you're not, you know, that's the only time you should really have, you know, fear and it be a positive thing. But any other,
Yeah, no, that's so true because I think sometimes a lot of people end up in foolish situations because they think they're being brave, but they're really being foolish
foolish, right,
because they want to be brave because they're trying not to have fear,
right, right.
but they really are stuck in fear.
Hmm,
You know what I mean? And you have to be brave in this day to start a business. You know, with
absolutely.
everything that's going on, and then on top of that, inflation happens, and then on top of that, before that, COVID happened, and it's like, what in the world is going on? And we'll be at the front line. Isn't it crazy how it won't be like friends and family that step up, but it'll be perfect strangers that step up out of the,
Right, right,
and make it happen?
right, right. Because if you know, you know, and it's not a lot of people, well, not everybody you come across has the level of faith uh, that you may have. A lot of people actually, you find out there's more people that come from fear, you know, and fear is, I feel like, is one of those things that it's like a hereditary disease.
Ooh,
Fear can be a hereditary disease where it's like, I don't bring that around here. I don't even
yeah. I noticed that
identify with
about you
that.
at the kiosk. You are very serious about the atmosphere that you keep around the kiosk. Like it has to be positive, no negativity. You even make sure when you're going through something, you can see you like push it off. It's very important that you keep that environment, positive. and I see you do that all the time. I see you also like mentor and build other people up there, and I think that's so cool. Like you'll take, I can tell you take some guys sometimes that may people may think, oh, that with a naked eye, if you didn't know them, you probably would judge them and say they were troublemakers.
Right.
And you put them there at the kiosk, and you find out they're these wonderful people that have these wonderful testimonies, these wonderful, they're on these journeys.
Right.
Do you feel like that? Do you feel like we do a bad job? Like, do you feel like we're too judgmental on the younger generation sometimes? Because I notice a lot of times you do.
Yeah. I mean, when you speak
I'm just saying
in general,
black, white.
No, when you say we, are we talking about like us as adults?
Yeah, adults. Yeah, adults. You think adults look?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's why I'm in the position that I'm in, because I can,
I see it. I see you
relate to them.
Yeah,
right? I'm reachable to them. I'm like, I've talked about it before. On this. It's like the blessing with having the sons that I have ranging from 7 to 18 years old, with two that are currently in high school, two in middle school, one in elementary school, one just graduated last year. But I'm able to understand and identify with their language, and their whole etiquette and their slang, and so I'm able to just break that wall down. Like, I sell the ninja mask,
yeah.
the ninja mask, right? It's funny how many people will walk past and see them, and they'll judge them or whatever. And so you have kids that haven't met me yet or know what the Faith brand is all about. So they try to be funny and say, "Oh man, I need the mask. I need to go on a lick tonight." Now, those who don't know what a lick is another word for like a robbery. So it's like,
Right.
yeah, I need to go on a robbery tonight. So I'll be like, "Oh, for real? Okay." Now I know that they're trying to turn me off and
Just mess with you. Yeah.
and mess with me. I'd be like, "Oh, well, yeah, you're really gonna need this mask because
You need a tattoo.
yeah, maybe you need to look at the mask and see the Faith brand up there, and before you actually try to go on your lick, what I'm saying, you have the faith to know that your money could come from somewhere else,
Yeah.
Or if you decide to go on your lick, you're definitely gonna need faith to get up out of that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's a true statement.
Right. And I can see their face like, "Dude, how did he just do that?"
Yeah, because they were good better off just walking past you.
Right.
You're not the guy you're gonna make little
Yeah,
comments.
you're not gonna do that with me.
Yeah.
I'm already expecting it to happen.
Right. Now, with everything that's going on in today's society, I want everybody to know, and I was telling him this. This is kind of what set me off about the reason why I've been talking about it the last couple of days, is because I personally believe there's just no reason why anyone shouldn't have the shirt. I just feel like everyone should have the shirt or something. Oh, that's commercial. The shirt or something, because here's the deal: we all need faith. We all need the reminders of faith. It's literally, first of all, it's impossible to please God without faith, right? Secondly, to accomplish anything, we need faith. To accomplish anything, and so it's a brand that just makes sense, folks. And we've got to get serious about legacy, our destiny. I think you're one of the best fathers I've ever met out there, because I've watched you guys. I've watched him leave the kiosk, get to one game, take his other son to another game, drop them off, get back to the kiosk, try to grind some more, and like do this, then taking kids from practice to practice, and like you really, and then he's pressing shirts and doing online orders and everything right from his kiosk in the mall. You're not only innovative, you're also inspiring. And it's like I see you as a leader's leader. Like your kids are gonna be able to look back and say, "Oh my gosh, my dad really was grinding for me. My dad really fought for me. My dad really, got up early in the morning and stayed up late at night for me." In case y'all don't know, especially what time it is right now. During November and December, the mall hours are no joke. We got to be there at 9 in the morning, to 10 at night, and so when I tell you that, I know the media is going to try to show it that men aren't what they're supposed to be, but hearing like the fathers that he talked about at the Bayside High School, there are tons of great men out here holding it down. And I wanted to make sure that everybody understood that some of you know great men that are holding it down, but I need you to understand, realistically, the being an entrepreneur, father of six, I think didn't you just go full time last year?
And to the start, yeah. So back in June, I was working at a group home for 8 years, but back in June, I stepped out in faith to really,
Focus on this, yeah.
fully into the brand and my business at the mall and just expanding on another level.
That's amazing. It's amazing that you walked out on what you're. So now you're not just selling it; you're walking out on it.
Yeah. Because what I realized, see, as long as I had that group home job, which I'm very thankful for, but the season came to an end because at the end of the day, it became my safe zone, and I had to leave that safe zone and enter the faith zone.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm really, and my faith has been tested to the point where I'm like, should I go back? Am I supposed to go back? But then I would not be operating in that full faith that led me to step out of that safe zone.
Yeah.
And like I said, you have to be able to accept and embrace those moments where it does get a little dark, when it does get unpromising and it doesn't look as safe.
Yeah. Well, listen, everybody, we'll take a quick break. I want you to check this commercial out. If you're on the brand, you'll be able to see it, comingsoonjesus.org, but check this out.
Hi, I'm Robert Shepard. America has approximately 580,000 homeless people. My area of Virginia estimates 5,783 people living on the streets. A Google search can show the homeless number in your state. You can make a difference. Please send a message that God loves the homeless and has not forgotten them. Go to www.comingsoonjesus.org and click on Fundraising. Purchase the Coming Soon Jesus t-shirt or hoodie. The CSJ team delivers the shirts and hoodies to homeless shelters, churches, and even directly to the homeless. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can help the homeless. Please go to www.comingsoonjesus.org. Purchase a t-shirt or hoodie for the homeless today. God bless you as you bless the homeless.
All right, to the social media audience, listen, we're going to take a quick break. I got the t-shirt, some of the t-shirts up here for you. Not take a quick break, we got to go. But I got some of the Faith brand clothing up here. How do people get in contact with you if they want to connect with you?
You can go to faithclothingbrand.com. That's www.faithclothingbrand.com. And
right.
If you're local in the 757, anywhere close to Virginia Beach, Lynn Haven Mall, I'm also set up in a kiosk that's right in front of Victoria's Secret in pink.
Yeah, and it's crazy because when I think about even being in the mall, how we're in, like, God is so strategic. He has us in one of the only malls that are really left and successful. He has us in that mall.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's such a powerful thing to be in that mall. A
mall that I was banned from when I was 16 years old.
Yeah, the mall I used to get kicked out of for preaching.
Right.
I used to preach in the mall and get kicked out, and now we're there. And that's what I'm saying, folks. Look what God can do, guys. Let me see if I can get my kids in trouble. We got new items on the yeah, he'd be seeing the behind the scenes, how we going off on the kids.
I love it.
That's very funny.
I'd tell me to the reality show.
my mom be like, leave my babies alone. I'm like, You know, it's crazy. Oh, I thought it was me. Yeah, my mom be up there like, leave my baby alone. And like, nah, you know, because here's what's funny is when I look at what we're asking God to put up with us, you know what I mean? And sometimes I'll be trying to put my kids in check, but I'm also hearing God put me in check. Has that ever happened to you? Are you trying to put your kid in check?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's like, am I being a hypocrite? No, you're also a child. You're a child of the Father. You know, but hold on, let these guys back in real quick. Letting the radio world in. So we're back with Duke of the Gang, and we still got my man here, the Faith Clothing brand, with us. If you want to see the show, just come on in and check it out. But I was gonna tell you, like, you know, being a athlete yourself, being a young man yourself, and now having children, do you see yourself in your kids? Do you see like the parts where you're like, okay, that's me?
Yeah, especially the my second son, who is the star athlete and stuff, and the one I probably bump heads with the most, out of all my kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God, you got me. my parents told me this was gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, it's you know what? But it's like that's how I got the revelation. Like, man, we're all a body. You know what I'm saying? Like we're when the scripture says you honor thy mother and father, it's like we really have to remember that we're an extension of our parents and grandparents and great grandparents, and by honoring them, it's like you got to remember who they are, remember that you come from them, and we're an extension of them. So somewhere where they may have fell short, we have to honor that and fix it. And we have to work together to fix that, to break those generational curses.
Yeah, and what's funny is that I think what's happened is in American culture, we started making being a parent more of a business too. We didn't realize how supernatural being a mother and a father is.
Facts.
And we kind of lost that, you know what I mean? And we get so caught up in the mechanics that we forget that while these kids are looking to me, one of these things, when I'm gone, these kids will be looking for memories with me, with us. And I know that's a. Someone will say, "Well, that's too deep." It's like, well, not. You don't know what it's like to hold. If you don't know what it's like to hold a child and say, then this child's looking to you as it's like God than you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would like to ask you this question.
I'm trying to see what the radio frequency is.
It's current FM, 88.5 FM, 97.9 FM, 103.7 FM, and 103.9 FM. So
one of those are
one for all of the different every different city got their own.
Okay, got you.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I think that one of the issues is that parents got to be like, hey, my children, it's okay for my children to look at. I think we push away that magic sometimes, that mystery. It's like, no, my children, I want my kids to look at me and be like, my dad is supernatural. And especially as believers, not just as believers, but if you're an eternal, you've got to be on that. You got to be like, we don't die.
Right.
You got to explain it to them, because otherwise there is a lesser being out there, a lesser version of themselves, a lesser version of somebody else that's going to try to explain life to your kids.
That's facts.
Now, I do got to ask you a question about a lot of the tension in the world that's going on today. Between it all, with the faith community, like I said, the religious community, the Black community, white community, where do you think we really are in history right now? As far as, is there hope for us, man? Is this thing good? Is this the burning ship?
Oh man. I mean, I can say that it's it's me personally. I think it's getting better. I think it's getting better.
All right.
Right, because especially you see the things that's going on in Hollywood and how people are just kind of like giving up on Hollywood. And, just different things are coming out about that. Once the more that gets exposed, it's like, okay, let's get back to being independent, y'all. Let's get back to, taking matters into our own hands and working with each other to make things happen. And how do we do that? Oh, first we got to figure out how to love each other.
Oh,
Love, and it's gonna have to have its major figures, of course, and I definitely feel like I'm one of them. I'm heavy on that. I'm heavy on, hey, this ain't a black white thing. This is a love thing. This is I don't, I'm so far past that race stuff, and and personally how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? I was very, very diverse, and I embrace diversity too. Like, if it was too much of this over there,
I don't want to be.
I ain't even want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I take pride in the whole diversity and just doing things different. My parents always like told me to be different. Like my mother was heavy going to the beach and chilling with the white people and listening to rock music, listening to the rock bands out there and stuff like that. We'll be the only black faces, and you know what I'm saying? That's breaking down a barrier right there. You know what I'm saying? Just natural, on some natural energy. You know what I mean? So I think the more that normal entertainment in media, has kind of pushed that agenda, and when you find out that, certain things ain't flying so much, it brings a level of independence and unity.
Right, because we got to get down to the point where it's like, obviously, no one is coming to rescue me. You're going to have to use faith. I'm going to have to step up. Yeah, but then when you said that independence, I was like, okay, so if you're going to be independent, that means that faith is your boat, faith is your raft, even if it's your life jacket.
Right.
Faith can transform into different things as long as it's keeping you going and pushing you forward, and it's puts you in a progressive direction, and you're not stopping. The key is we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to give up. We don't have time to give up on our dreams. We don't have time to give up on our legacy. We got to keep pushing. Our children's children need us.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I got to play some more music. Well, the social media audience will still hear. You can go to Coming to Jesus t-shirts or Current FM. You can still see us in the studio. I'm going to play some more music. All right. Now, I do want to know, sometimes when you feel like your faith is just getting rocked, right? It's like, man, Current FM, by the way, just to let everybody know this is Current FM, and you're listening to Duke and the Gang, and I'm here with my man Hen from the Faith Clothing brand. I've been talking about him for a couple of days now, mainly because of the fact that he has been such an inspiration to so many people, and he is. I saw a group of kids, maybe like 20 kids, in awe that they walked past. They're like, "Yo, I know that dude." And I realized, oh my goodness, that these are kids that's in the stadium that's maybe watching other kids play football, but they see them in the Faith brand, or they see your videos on social media. You're big on social media, and so I gotta ask this: like, how important is social media to this generation? And can entrepreneurs and ministries or anyone trying to make a difference, can you overlook social media, or is it something that you just have to do?
Funny enough, it's like I, as much that I use social media as a platform, I get tired of it, man. I get tired of it, because it's I do see foolishness in things that don't matter to this world. You know what I'm saying? I could be sitting in the living room and with my kids and stuff, and I just hear the foolishness. I don't even have to see it. I can just hear it, and I'll be like, yo, if you don't shut that down or just turn it down or just just go somewhere and break it. Just go somewhere and break your phone real quick. You know, that's the negatives of the social media stuff. You know what I'm saying? It does
Right.
have a lot of stuff that is just filtering the mind of the capacity that it could really go to doing something very purposeful.
Yeah.
So yes, you know, I utilize it for the good and whatever I'm able to do to promote and just, you know, keep it going because that's where a lot of the attention is. Unfortunately, I wish it would go back to being able to just look somebody in their eyes and, you know, just be able to shake hands again, you know, because you never, man, I see so many people that, you know, I do see on social media, but they walk right past me in the mall.
Right.
You know, I think that's kind of, you know, messed up, but that's just the world we live in today. Where, you know, that social getting behind the phone and social media is just a safer route for people. Um, they just can be whoever they want to be.
Right. Hey, it doesn't matter if it's real or not.
Yeah.
Listen, folks, I got it up here, the website. Scroll across, but I also have you. I'm walking you through the website so you can see it to make sure you're on the right one. Now, I know that I don't want anyone to walk away and think that this is the oh, this is a cool faith black brand. This is not a black brand. It may be owned by black people, but this is for all individuals that hustle. This is for the doctor, the kid that's staying up in the middle of the night till 4 o'clock in the morning. This is for you. This is for the athlete. This is for the single mom holding down 4 jobs to take care of her 5 kids. And this is for the father who just got out of prison. He's trying to get his life back together. Look, I know you guys are going through some real things out here. And I want you to know that there's some real people that really care about you and really love you. And that's one of the main reasons we don't give up. We don't give up because we want you to be constantly reminded that there's somebody fighting for you, believing in you, inspiring you. We want you to keep going. That's why I saw it was so important for us to partner together. Of course, my brand is Coming Soon Jesus. But it was like, it's time for people to see what it looks like when brothers come together and pick each other up and build each other up. We would not even be in the mall if you had to said, if you had got territorial and been like, hey man, you see I'm here, you messing with my money.
Right. Right.
But instead you brought it. Not only this, I want to tell everybody something. When we were first there, a lot of people like we're real bold with ours, like with real Jesus everywhere and all this stuff. And we weren't getting a lot of support. This brother came over and blessed us and helped us when he could have been focused on helping himself. And instead, he helped us. And that was another thing that really stood out and really, just hit me hard, because he really showed brotherhood. Like, all right, man, I know you could have used that for yourself, but you stepped up to make sure I didn't fail. Sometimes, folks, brotherhood is not just what you can get back. It's like being there for somebody when you don't even know if they can pay you back or not, or we don't even know. And ever since, we've had each other's back in so many different ways where we didn't even expect each other to come through. But it was like, yo, it was you. And see, once that momentum gets started, I'm going to say this too, because I got this revelation a couple of days ago. And I think this brings a lot of relief to white people. I think it brings a lot of relief to black people at the same time. But I realized that American wealth, which the majority of white people have American wealth, I know that there's white people in poverty. I know there's white people, but my point is the majority of families that are wealthy, right, are white. And here's what's so interesting. That wealth was obviously, everyone knows, it's not a big secret. Everyone knows that wealth came off the backs of black people, right?
Yeah.
All right, now check this out. Here's what's so interesting about that is that the innovations and creativities that have created white wealth were when blacks were working together. They got the benefits of it, but the fact of the greatness was created when black brothers and sisters were working together, even if it was forced. The point is proven that what we can create, innovate, and accomplish can create wealth for generations.
Right.
We've already done it with white America.
Mhm.
Now, in this modern generation, why then are individuals trying to achieve white wealth that was built off us, not an individual? That means it's literally impossible to achieve the wealth that we think we want, to get the benefits that we think. What we should want more than anything is to build our brothers and sisters up.
That's it.
Because that's the thing that created the wealth that we're going after.
Right.
That was the thing that created the benefits. So we should want unity. And then if you add to that, watch this. If we're in awe of the benefits that our people created and just didn't get the benefits from. So what do we want? We want the benefits, right? It's like we can get those benefits by coming together, but let's add to that now we've gotten so far down the line, we need our white brothers and sisters too.
Right.
We need our Chinese brothers and sisters too. We're so far America, not the Chinese, not the blacks, not the white. Americans are about to become its own race. You see what I mean? We're merging together so much that we're so far down the line that we just need each other like never before. And the sooner we walk in that, the better.
All right.
Now, how do you feel about that kind? Like the word I asked you about support. How do you feel about that unity? That concept of unity.
I mean, unity is everything, because think about it, the word community has unity in it.
Come on, brother.
And wherever there is no unity, then it allows the chain to be broken. If that one link is not in unison with everything else, then it allows it to be broken, So unity is how we've been, the lack of unity is with how the enemy destroys us.
Yeah.
And what has been done? Oh, okay. Well, you guys are going to be called white. You guys are going to be called black. All right. You guys are going to be okay. Let's just focus on the black community. You guys are the lighter ones, and you guys are the darker ones.
Wow.
You guys are the nappy hair ones, and you guys are the fine hair ones.
That
you know
is
what I'm saying?
happened.
That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? And then you figure, hey, now we're at war within ourselves in so many areas. So like, that's when you hear like leaders come out and they focus on the human race. That's what it all comes down to. That's literally what it all comes down to, man. It's like, we just have to. I mean, love is key. Love is key.
And both of us being Hebrew, and both of us being, knowing what's going on with the Hebrew Israelites and things like that, like knowing people's perception of that, and some people carrying themselves overboard. The Father is kind of giving us an eye way beyond that, where we're focusing on restoring people back to the true faith, the true words,
right,
so that they can walk in power, so they can empower their families. Because I know that I know for a fact that I have Hispanic brothers, Chinese brothers, black brothers, white brothers. I got all these different walks that I know the Father loves.
Absolutely.
And
you judge them by their fruit, man.
Yeah, and this is why I think your brand is so important, because I have the evidence to see that our people of faith. I believe we are a faith race, but I believe that our people of faith are so dynamic. I mean, just the other day, you had a dude that was a doctor buying the shirt. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So people from all walks of life have come up and purchased the shirts and supported you because they needed the brand.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Is there anything else you want the people to know, man?
I just want people to know that it's this is not a religious brand.
There you go.
You can use this brand in your religion. You could use it when you go to work. You could use it when you play your sport. You can use it when you're cleaning your kitchen. We have to just not limit the word faith to just your understanding of it. You know what I mean?
Can't.
Faith is such a wide substance, literally. It's a substance of things. hope for it, and evidence of things not seen.
Yeah.
Hebrews 11:1.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but seriously, no, that's the main thing I do want people to understand. It's like, I want you to look at this brand as, you know, the same way you look at them Nikes that you put on.
There you go.
The same way you put on those Adidas and that white T-shirt, that Hanes shirt that you put on, that it's literally, you know, all right, I'm putting this on, you know, just like you know,
We
if
talk
you
about
put the
that,
Nike on
yeah.
to just do it, then I want you to remember to go out there and put your best foot forward and go hustle.
Yeah, right. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Now I gotta tell you, there is no reason for no one. Like, everybody should have this. It's gonna help us with the movement. It's helping us inspire people and join the movement. Be a part of the movement, folks, because it is critical that we stand together, we stand for each other, and most importantly, that we stand in faith. You know. Before we get out of here, one thing I am going to say is this: man to man, I'm so proud of you, man. You know, man to man, I'm so proud of you. I'm honored to know you. I think that, you know, the Father brought us together really for a time like this. But I'm so honored to know somebody like you. You break all the stereotypes, all the molds. There aren't any good men out there. You're such a great example as a father. Now, not a father that's just home. A lot of times, women want their husbands and their boyfriends or baby daddies home. Let me explain something, folks. The Bible says a good man is not at home; that he's on a journey. You see what I mean? You know what I mean? And it also says a good man has an inheritance for his children's children. You can't be a good man sitting at home every day and killing the vision that God gave you just so you can be at home, just so you can be there. Sometimes you gotta be where God is, and that's the biggest blessing you can ever give your family, is being where God is, so they can see that as the example. Let that be the legacy that's built. If you leave a legacy of chasing money, then that's all your kids are gonna do. And that's all. But you do such a great job walking in that adventure of life. You know what I mean? And I'm so proud of the man you've become. And you're so disciplined, guys. He is also a vegetarian, and I watched him while I'm sitting here gaining weight. I watched this dude lose weight, you know. But that's because, well, I was gonna make an excuse, but I can't be sitting with this dude and then try to make an excuse. He gonna look at me like, you know, that's nonsense, right? And I can't let him call me out on the radio. But I keep my excuses to myself. I'm fat because I want to be.
Right. Look, I'm the type that look. He asked me to be accountable for.
Oh, it's hilarious! You gotta tell him about it.
I'm gonna tell him.
Look.
So he asked me to be accountable one day. You know, he sends me this text at like 2 or 3 in the morning, right? And I said, okay, sure, I got you. You know. And so one day I catch him in the mall, right? He's crushing his, you know, he's getting ready to crush a slice of pizza. He may took like one bite of it, you know. And then
I didn't get a chance yet.
Look, this is the way that I show my accountability. I just, you know, I get the lint roller and I just walk up to him and I just start wiping his shoulders, like, you know, just, hey, clean you up. I didn't, you know, had to say one word, and I just gave him that look and just wiped his shoulders. All right, you have a good day. And this dude says, hey, I thought you left already. And I'm like, oh no, I was running a little late, you know.
Yeah, man.
Good, but
I thought he had left, and I was like, okay, now back to fat me. Let me go back to fat me. You know, discipline me is only here when hit, and we do that. One day you're gonna meet somebody, you're gonna ask for accountability, and you're gonna meet somebody that really hold you accountable.
Right.
Man, that thing was so funny. He was actually trying to get the crust and stuff that fell off my shirt. And he got the lint roll off. I gave it to my daughter. My daughter was so scared. She was like, "Did something wrong? Like, because Daddy don't give away food.
Right.
Daddy don't love us like that to give away food."
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the accountability. I do appreciate you, man, as a friend. And we had these, you know, wonderful conversations. If y'all ever looking for some deep talk, oh my goodness.
Right.
Yeah, guys, it's always on. Yes, always on. But I am so proud of you. And I know that your boys are proud of you too, because you keep fighting. You're an amazing leader. And I thank you so much for everything you're doing in the community, man. I honor you. Hats off to you, brother. We're going to play some more music. Got to let you guys go on social media because I got better stuff to do than talk to you. No, I'm kidding. But make sure you go to the website. Go to. Hey, by the way, if you got offended by anything that I said today, please know I don't care. Please know.
I didn't know you was gonna say that.
Because people get confused. They're like,
Right.
you have a responsibility. Oh, shut up. You know what I mean? I know I have a responsibility. That's why I'm telling you the truth, people.
Truth wins.
Yeah, the truth wins. You guys know I love you. Make sure you go get the Faith clothing brand. Go to faithclothingbrand.com. It's very, very important that you guys show love. Because everything that's being done is done for the community, is done for you guys, is done for making a difference and building people up, and that's what we're all about. So we love you guys very much, and we ask put your big boy pants on, put your big girl pants on. Black people, white people, Chinese people, whoever you are listening, you listen, guys. Keep